Hello everybody, this is Josh Explain Place, and today we continue to grow, expand and improve our city of New Paris in Cities Skylines 2 in this episode number 4. And in our previous video, we were able to continue expanding our mass transit by creating 2 more bus lines, and we talked about tourism, which I believe is underutilized in Cities Skylines 2. But today we are going to build our first power plant, so let's begin. Overall, I believe our city is growing rather nicely. Of course, we have a lot of issues with the city, but we are back at making a little bit of profit, even though our services are still under budget, right? We lowered the budget in order to have a little bit of profit in our city. Before we continue, again, let's try to make sure that there's going to be enough water. And so far, there's going to be enough water and sewage. So that is that. We are going to try to build our first power plant. And so if we take a look at our budget, we are seeing how we are spending almost 500,000 in importing electricity from neighboring cities. That's almost 500,000. And if we take a look at some of these power plants, I think the one that will make a whole lot more sense is the geothermal power plant, since it's not that expensive. That's going to provide up to 150 megawatt hours, and it's going to be about 150,000 per month, which means that if you subtract the 150,000 from the 480, that means we might have about 330,000 extra, and that's not counting the money that we'll make by selling the excess electricity that we have. And so that sounds really nice. But we have to realize that we will be taking out a loan, and it's gonna be for 800,000, which means that as of right now we're gonna have a deficit. But of course, once we build this other or this power plant, we should start making some of that money. So I'm gonna keep this going a little bit fast so that we can accumulate a little bit more money. And we are going to buy this geothermal power plant. We could also have the option of building a solar power plant. However, that's twice the amount of money that's needed for this geothermal power plant. As you can see, the geothermal power plant is 750,000 and the solar power plant is 1.5 million, so that's twice. Yes, it's gonna get us more electricity, but I think that's gonna be a bit too much. In order for us to build this geothermal power plant, we need water. For example, even if we wanted to place this here, it's not gonna work because there's no water. Or if we wanted to put it here, there's no water. We could have tried to put it in here, but since we didn't have any space to expand our industrial area, we're gonna have to find another place. And yeah, there's a lot of water here and there, but I think the closest one that we're gonna have might be in here, especially because it's gonna be cheaper to actually build here because we're only gonna have to buy 1 square, right? So we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna buy that square, and we have enough money. Again, that's gonna increase our expenses by a little bit, but that's fine. I'm gonna keep on complaining about it, but I believe that we should not have expenses when talking about tiles, right? I think that's a little bit, that doesn't make any sense. And so if you can see here now, this plant, we're gonna be able to build it in here. and we're gonna be able to create a good amount of electricity. I think it's the other way. We also need to be able to run some of the, or a couple of power lines from here all the way here, so we might have to build them in this little peninsula, and or we can run them underground. So we'll figure it out, because I think it's not gonna look that nice to do it around, or we'll do it for now, and then we'll figure out the rest. I did wanna run or continue this road in here, but that's not gonna be possible, because if you take a look at this, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be way too much to the side. So what we're gonna do, we need to figure out how we are planning on building this. So for now, let's just draw, or let's just lay down a road in here. I don't know why we don't have the water. There you go. So let's build this in here. Right. And again, just for now, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna run this row, and that should be enough for now. And why am I doing this? Again, I really wanted to have this avenue continue this way, but I think it's more important right now to build our power plant. Also, we might actually sacrifice this piece of land, because we might be able to do some forestry in here once we unlock Grand Village, which we're, oh, not this one, sorry, it's already available, right? So we might be able to do some forestry in here, so we'll see how it goes. But let's try it again. Let's see if we're gonna be able to fit this here. Yes, we are. Right? So let's go into our economy tab. Again, let's take a look at how much we're spending. So we're spending 485,000. We're gonna take a loan for 800,000. Now we have enough money to, let's place it right here. It's gonna be great. We're gonna keep the game running, and again, just for right now, we're gonna have this come right here, and we'll figure out how to change that later. Okay, so as you can see right now, we're producing the 150 megawatt hours, and we're only utilizing 50. So there's a couple of things we can do, but you're gonna see this getting lower and lower. And as you can see in here, we're already making money. Well, first of all, we don't have to pay anything for anything. Once again, I'm gonna complain about this. I wish we were able to select what we wanted to import. For example, maybe we're only able to import healthcare or death care or garbage. I think it will be very, very cool. And as you can see in here right now, we are making 73,000 for the electricity. And now we're making a huge, huge, huge surplus, which will help us change this just a little bit. So education, I'm gonna put it to 80 for now. So we have everything else doing well. Let's put this back to 100. Communications, landscaping. We should be able to, let's see. Yeah, let's keep it like that for now. So this is great. Just amazing. So we do need to have a power line go around
This is an emergency
and
broadcast to all
meet,
citizens.
where is it at? Meet here. That way we don't have any issues when selling electricity, even though we're fine. Especially because we can see it in here. But let's keep on going. And we're seeing a little bit of traffic here, and that's fine. People want to get into the city, and we have some traffic in here too. But what I want to do is to build another clinic. So again, right now we don't have money for the medical practice, the UK medical practice, and we're gonna do the regular medical clinic in here. Even though, you know, we're trying to do things a different way, I think that sometimes you can sacrifice that in order to make your city work, and I think that's fine. Don't be stressed or frustrated just because, you know, you're not gonna be able to follow just the architecture type that you want. And there's 3. Let's add more vehicles, and let's add this extension wing. Are we gonna have enough money? Yeah, we'll have enough money. There you go. And I think that is looking rather nice. So let's take a look at it really quick. Sometimes, yeah, this game is a little bit, well, I don't blame it on the game. I blame it on, sometimes it's not easy to figure out where to put things and when to place them down. As you can see in here, this highly utilized bus stop is blocking the entrance. And first of all, I'm glad that this medical clinic is being used a lot. So hopefully all these people here are gonna get attention, and we don't need that really bad. But let's take a look at this bus line to see if maybe we need more buses, and I think we do. So in here, in this forest street, there's 303 passengers waiting. In the other city, even though it's full, it says 0. I think that might be a glitch or not, but either way, we're gonna increase this to 7, and we're gonna change it to electric buses. And I'm already, I think we should be fine to change the transportation to 100. Okay. And again, now we have electricity. We can lower this, but if we lower it, we're not gonna be able to get money out of it. So that would be an issue. Healthcare to 100, garbage to 50, and I don't think that's a big issue. Education at 80 because we don't have that much money. So let's try to see what else we can do. We have a lot of demand for low density residential, and we kinda have this area to build. So let's try to work on that. And I'm trying to see where we can hook this up. Well, first of all, there's an issue here with electricity. Let's slow down the game. And let's add another, where is it at? Another transformer station, but we don't have money, so let's make that a little bit faster. That way we can build this transformer station. And that's sometimes, you know, something that we're not used to seeing in City Skylines 1. But I actually think that's a good addition, because every little city you go to, whether it is in the United States or in, you know, North America, you're gonna see these large power lines, because you definitely need a whole lot more electricity. Let's see what else we can do. Let's try to connect this road, because that didn't work the way that I expected it. So let's do this. And yeah, that's gonna help, at least for now. And so we were trying to build, now it's winter, so I like the fact that we're seeing this snow, that we don't have to create a new map for it. So let's destroy this so that people can build. And we're fine with that. We're still making money. So now we need to figure out where we want to continue, or to start a road that goes into this little peninsula, or peninsula type of area. We have space here, so let me draw a road here, and let's put some medium density. Again, I don't know if we're gonna be able to have regular medium density. Let's do, there you go. Well, that's actually affecting demand for low density, but still. Again, I don't think that it's doing things correctly. And we're gonna do medium density housing here. There you go. And I think that's developing rather nicely. There's some issue in here with facility full. So let's try to see if we can increase this with the budget. So let's do 80. That didn't change it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this a little bit bigger by doing this all the way, because we don't have the money or the area to place another one. So that's gonna help us. That's gonna give us a couple more days of garbage. Okay, so now what we're trying to do is to figure out where we're gonna run this avenue, and maybe we can do it from here, right? I think this is gonna be fine. And I think this road has to go. Definitely not for here, but let's join them. There you go. Let's delete this one. And let's do this for now. And I think this is gonna be fine. Let's see how this overpass is gonna be. So I think we can already increase the height. Yeah, maybe to 30, that would be fine. Let's join it in here. And let's continue it here. And we're gonna start a curved avenue. That's not gonna end in here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to lay down a curved grid. That way we can start building low density residential buildings in here, and we'll be back. I think that's working rather nicely. So let's make sure that we take off these lights, traffic lights, and we unlocked Big Town. We got some money, more development points, and more expansion permits, as well as the UK City apartments, which I think we're gonna be able to place. Let's place them. We can place it here. Let's do it here. There you go. Very similar in style, right? To this one that automatically pops up. To this one. And it's already getting filled, which is really, really, really nice. And what I'm gonna do on these sides, on this shoreline, which again, I wish we were able to take advantage of that, is to use this low density water housing or waterfront housing that we'll be using on the other side. And yeah, it's gonna mess up the terrain just a little bit. It should be fine. There should be no big deal, no big issues about it. And we can put a little park, small park in here, and that will be fine. And maybe can we fit a small tennis court? That's a bit too big, maybe. Basketball court, there you go. That's gonna be just great. And as you can see, we're continue to grow in population by a lot. We are making good money in our monthly balance. Right, services, I think that it's time. Right now it's 348,000. Let's make sure that we increase this to 100. And that's gonna be, we lost 150,000, which is fine, but we're still needing a lot of this, so we're definitely fine for now. And facility is full, so I think it's time to build an actual cemetery. Let's see how much it is. It's 114,000, and it should fit. It should fit. Let's just place it in here. What is this? Oh yeah, this is a high school. And yeah, sure, let's put it in here. That's gonna help a lot. Must be nice to live in here and have a little lake in front. If only it could be an actual park, that would be great. Later on, we might want to connect this avenue in here, or maybe create another one. But for now, I think that's the appropriate place to place it. And so we need a little bit more of commercial zones. And I don't want to take anything away from here. So let's try to do this. Let's try to continue this road here. This 1 and 2. Here. And it's a little bit tricky, because I don't know if we want to continue it here or not. But just for now, that's fine. Just for now, we can do this. And we can have our low density commercial. And that's gonna work really, really well. And now we have to decide where we want to expand our city because we definitely have need for more residential everything, right? So that's where we need to grow. So let's just do a little bit more of this in here. And let's do a little bit of this in here. So this should be fine. And let's see which square would make more sense to unlock. Ideally, it would have to be these three, and we have the money. You know what? Let's go for it. I'm also glad that we have this line running through this area, because that way we can actually do a little bit more. And we are gonna need another landfill pretty quick. And so here's what we're gonna do. Try to figure this out. We can only unlock one. Let's wait. Let's wait for a little bit. It's almost there, so we need to figure it out. We might have to get another loan, even though we're pretty much at a place where I don't want to be. But our series is gonna keep growing. So let's try to just complete this avenue really quick. That way we can try to figure out where we're gonna go. And I think this is gonna be fine. And let's see first of all where we're gonna be able to place it. Let's try to place it in here. So let's unlock this tile. And just for the sake of it, just for right now, let's cross this highway from here. Because we need to make sure that we're able to access this, and I want to know where I'm going to be able to put it. Sure, so let's put a little curve in here, and let's continue this here, and let's place this right here, but we don't have money. We need a little bit more money, so let's wait. We'll get there pretty quick. And let's try to continue this little road. And I think this is gonna be fine. And this is where it's gonna stop. Sometimes it's just a matter of messing things up, right? You don't have to be very specific. You don't have to be very curvy. You just have to make things make a little bit of sense in the way you're gonna make them. Like for example in here, this should be a cul-de-sac. Sorry about the other ones. And so we're gonna continue doing low density residential. And we need to leave some space because we're gonna have schools, and we need to also have a little bit of a police department and all that once we make a little bit more money. But first we need to place this other landfill in here, and I think this is gonna be it for now. We'll be able to make the landfill a little bit bigger or smaller, but I think for now that's gonna be it. At the beginning, I didn't like to use incinerators, but I believe that in this game, in City Skylines 2, you need incinerators in order to get rid of the trash. I think that's something that you actually need to do to get rid of a lot of garbage. And we still need to do some roads in here. So let me finish that and we'll be back. And I think this is gonna grow rather nicely. So we're still making good money. Of course, it's gonna take a little bit of time in order for us to completely be making more of a profit. And I think we definitely need, at the very least, a little small park. So let's place this here. That should help. And definitely let's zone this a little bit just in here. We'll leave this blank or empty because I think I want to do a little basketball court, skate park. I think I want to do skate park. There you go. Right, and I think that's working really well. No straight roads. Right, that's something that's really cool. And we still need to buy this tile, not only to continue creating a little bit more of industrial areas in here, but because we definitely need to continue this residential area there. Let's see if we can build just a little bit of low density. I think this will be fine. And just to have it be different, so let's do this. Let's try it again. So we're gonna go from here. All the way. There you go. And that way we can put in here I think we can do a school, something like that. And let's make sure to beautify this just a little bit more. Did we put trees? No, we didn't put trees. So let's put some trees. Again, I'm happy that now we can change the trees that we place in here. I think that's pretty cool. We can do it in our next episode. And let's make sure that there are no lights. So let's take this off. This off. And I think that's gonna be it, right? Yeah. And yes, I know I mentioned that maybe this would be the German area, but once again, we don't have any German low density, so everything is medium density and mixed housing. And for French also, there's no low density, which for me doesn't make that much sense, but that's the way that the game is. And yeah, there's traffic in here mainly because of all the people that are trying to get into our city. And let's see if we can do a medium size roundabout here. That's gonna work hopefully to our favor. And I think that's it. Right, again, there's always gonna be traffic once you start to place more residential zoning because people are gonna travel, or basically they're gonna get into your city. Once everybody gets settled, I think everything works a little bit better, and traffic gets quote unquote fixed because there's nothing else to do, right? Once people get into your city, they're just gonna start their regular routes, and that's just gonna work the way it is. In here, I think we can curve it, go this way. Yeah, it's gonna work perfectly. And the facility is full. We don't have money to do this, and that's fine. But we have this cemetery, which is getting little by little used. And I think that's gonna work really, really well. Just to recap, in today's episode, we were able to finally build our power plant. And as you can see in there, once you have the money or once you plan it, building a good electric plant or power plant that creates way more electricity than you need not only will help you with your budget, because instead of importing electricity at a higher rate, you are producing it at a lower rate and you're also selling electricity, which makes money for you. But it's gonna be better for the city overall. We also continue to increase our low density residential areas with this little peninsula, which we developed rather nice, as you can see in here. And you can see the power plant to the right, at the far right. And I think we were able to continue expanding our city, to creating a surplus in our budget, to finally putting almost all of the budgets to 100%, which helped with school, with buses, and with definitely healthcare. So that was a big deal. And we were also able to build another health clinic. The city is growing. We are putting a lot of effort. We are trying not to do grids. We're trying not to do straight roads. So that's one of our main challenges with New Paris. And I think that's actually working rather well, especially in this curvy river valley. And with this peninsula, I think that it worked completely well, and it looks rather nicely. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and watching our city grow. Please make sure to like, to subscribe to our channel, and to leave any comments or suggestions in the comment box below. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see each other in our next episode. Take care.